Hey guys, Chris here. Long time no see. It's been a couple of weeks. Holiday season, things have been busy. Hope everyone had a wonderful holiday season. Spent some time with family, ate some food. Today's video, we're going to talk about finding yourself some new fishing spots, whether it's during the season or the off season like it is here for me right now. From the comfort of your own couch or sitting on the recliner, just utilizing your smartphone to break down some mapping and drop a couple waypoints for stuff to try next year, so stay tuned. So nowadays there's a ton of different apps you can get on your phone that show you some super premium mapping. You have the Humminbird One Boat Network app, the CMap mapping app. You've got Navionics, Omnia Premium Pro, all great options. All of them are going to cost you a couple bucks, so whichever one you do decide to purchase. I'm partial to the Humminbird One Boat Network app. You have the same Lakemaster mapping that you'd have on your head unit, right in your hands on the phone. So what I'm going to do today is overlay some video of me breaking down a couple spots on an area of Lake Michigan that I don't have much experience on. If this is your home water or someplace you fish a lot, I'm not trying to expose your stuff here by any means or draw attention to it. It was just hard picking a location anywhere along Green Bay or Lake Michigan that doesn't have some angling pressure on it. So no hard feelings if this is your home water, just for the video. Alright, so here we're looking at a port out of Lake Michigan. We have some pier heads, a river running up. So say we're going to look for some summertime smallmouth. It's July, August. We want to find some offshore spots, some deeper water stuff where they might be all schooled up. So we're going to go out into the lake itself, and if we come out right here off this south pier, we're going to see all these weird looking changes in the topography, stuff like that. Looks like little circles. So most likely there's a bunch of rock over there. There's no real good way of confirming that until you would drop the boat in the water and side image across it. But if you look down south more, stuff like this, these real flat lines, not much happening, no crazy bends, that's most likely going to be sand. And that's not saying sand doesn't hold fish by any means, but if you're looking for rock, it's kind of what it's going to be looking like. So right here, actually, we have a nice little line where it goes from what I would believe to be rock to sand. That might be something worth checking out. So we could drop a little waypoint right there. We'll make it red. And maybe just signify that we're going to try that. You can use whatever color you want. Obviously, the pier heads and stuff are going to always be great options. Fish are going to hold along that. Those break walls always have rocks along them. You can kind of see there. But if we go north of town here a little bit, we have the Sheboygan Reef. So right here we have 26, 25, 28 foot flat on the outside, the perimeter of this. But on the top of it here, we're coming up to 9 feet of water. So you could drop another waypoint there. And that would be the top of your shoal, reef, whatever you want to call it. We have a little secondary hump off the north end of it here. You could drop a little waypoint on that as well. Now, what I would say is important to note about this, rather than just those real high spots, is how this is shaped up. So if you look on the front side of it here, we're slowly tapering up shallower, 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 and boom, we have a sharp break off the back, right back into 20, 21, 24, 25 feet of water back there. That's the type of stuff I would look for fish to be dropping down to. Say they're not actively feeding, they might be sitting out here. You get that right feeding window, they're going to push up onto this hump. This little ridge between these high spots could be incredible. It's hard to say. But looking at the details of stuff like that, you don't necessarily want to fish directly on top of these humps. Stuff like this, say, oh, they're not there and just disappear, right? Drive off, try someone else. I would say to check your ridges. So your ridge would be something like this. Right between those high spots, that'd be just kind of a little cut, a channel those fish can swim right down, like a roadway you drive your car on, right? Another thing we can look for out here, say maybe they're out a lot deeper than that. The water's super warm. You could look at something out like this. So this isn't a ton different, right? We have another hump. But what we have here that's different than those other spot is we're gonna drop into some super deep water. So 40 feet of water would give those fish the opportunity to slide out way deeper. Could also be a good wintering spot, something you could check late in the fall. Slide over here more. We've got another hump. You can see here there's kind of two tops to it. Same thing again, we have a little ridge. That ridge might be worth trying. Now it's hard to say what this is composed of. 90% of the time you see humps and stuff like this, it's gonna be rock, but there's times out in Lake Michigan here where you have big sand humps, clay humps out in the lake, and not saying that doesn't hold fish again, but most of the time I'm gonna look more for the rock. Now we get over here right along the bank more, and we actually have a series of points. So let's check that out right there. Right here's the deep outside edge of it. Drop a little waypoint on that. Kind of a little finger, drops down, come up here, shallow. I'm gonna assume that is all rock. Well, I'm gonna tell you what, I know that's all rock just from driving past this. Here we have kind of a little point, another little point sticking off the side. That'd be worth trying. Now we come up here more. This is all one big point again. Oh, I didn't mean to put that there. Another little point we could try. Now another tool you can utilize here rather than just using this mapping would be to hop onto Google Earth. Now the Google Earth for this isn't looking super good, but if I zoom in enough, I can see at this point is actually all rock. I can't drop a cursor here to select it, but you can see this is all rock sticking out into the lake here. Could be hazardous. I don't know how shallow that is. I don't know if you'd really want to mess around up there and burn around. I'd probably suggest dropping your trolling motor back here, idling up to it, looking around, getting a lay of the land. So you got, honestly, just sitting here, there's a little bit of time. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 spots we can check out. But there's more. So we got points, we have humps, a reef, a sharp break. There's not a ton more you can really look for namesake wise, but there's a lot of stuff. So look out here. We get a little bit further north again. We got this nice ridge. So right there's our high spot of it. Those topography lines are stacked tight to each other right here, so we know we have a sharp break versus a slow tapering break. So right here we know that's going to drop off like that rather than going like that. Good spot for those fish to cruise up and down, look for foods, chase bait fish up against. Something like that could be good. So we could check out, again out here we have another little hump, another hump. Bunch of stuff, a lot of stuff. So this can be kind of intimidating to look at. Realistically, in a day of fishing, you're not going to have enough time to really side image over every one of these little humps, ridges, points, and then spin around and fish on them. But you can kind of go through the mapping like this on your phone. You can do it from home, sitting on the couch, doing whatever, and just drop a couple waypoints, and next time you're out in the water, pull that phone out of your pocket, open up your app, burn around, check out some of these waypoints, stuff you looked at during the winter time. Here's a great looking point. This one isn't as predominant, I would say is the word for it. You know, we're only dropping to 24 feet of water from 18 on the top, but sometimes even the smallest of little ridges and changes in topography are going to hold fish. We'll drop a waypoint on that. Let's say we wanted to find some springtime fish. Maybe some fish don't push way up in the river. I'm going to assume most of these fish run up the river to spawn, but you know, up here we have that point again. We kind of have a shallower flat up here, 3, 4, 5 feet. I'm going to assume this is sand out here. See those slight changes in topography. Then up here we have some rock. It looks like, well, we know that's rock from looking at it on Google Earth. So, you know, you could have a little transition line here. Some fish could pull up there and spawn. So yeah, no fish catches in this video. It is January here. It sucks. It's cold. The boat is currently out in the shop. So getting the new Ultrex rigged up on there, lithium batteries, a new graph at the console, all kinds of cool stuff going on out there. I'll do a video walking through that when it's all said and done with. I am itching for spring already. I know I've got a long ways to go before that happens, but buying a new boat in fall and then getting all these new toys for it's eating away at me a little bit. So if you enjoyed this video, guys, like, comment, subscribe. If you have a specific area or body of water you want me to break down in a video like this, let me know. I'll do my best at picking out a couple spots for you or something, maybe in private, like on Instagram and the direct messages or something like that. I don't know if I want to blast stuff like that on YouTube, but see you on the next one.